Hello, hello, hello. Joe Hart here from Vermont, a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I'm going to do a live stream right now about Formula One's constructor predictions, for 2021. And also I'll do others. But I'll try to quickly cover some other things. As far as the 10 teams go, two teams have been rebranded, I guess is the way to say it. Racing Point Formula One has been rebranded Aston Martin Formula One, and then Renault has been rebranded Alpine Formula One Team. I think that says team. No, it doesn't, but it's supposed to say team. Um, Alpine Formula One, and then one team, the McLaren Formula One, switched from Renault to Mercedes. They're the only ones that changed the engine. The other nine have the same car manufacturer. They're not called manufacturers in Formula One, but the same car engine brand, except for McLaren. They went from Renault to Mercedes. And then as far as drivers go, um, so 12 drivers, I think that's right. 12 of the 20 drivers stayed at the same team. 4 drivers moved to another team, and then 4 drivers are coming in from not being on a team last year. So as far as their rankings last year's go, Mercedes has the same 2 drivers. 2, Red Bull. They now have Sergio Perez. 3, they now have Daniel Ricardo and Lando Norris. Yeah, so Red Bull has Max, of course, is the other one. And then 4th, Aston Martin. Aston Martin, they have Lance Stroll, of course, his dad owns it. And then Sebastian Vettel is their new one. 5, Alpine Formula One team. They still have Esteban Ocon. And then Fernando Alonso is coming in. I think that's a disaster. I think he'll be useless, but we can talk about him later. He's washed up. He's old. He has attitude problems. 6, Scuderia Ferrari. They still have Charles Leclerc. I wish everybody would learn how to say his name. And then Carlos Sainz is the new addition. 7th, AlphaTauri. They still have Pierre Gasly, and the new one is Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda, I think, is I always like new blood. That's pretty exciting. Alfa Romeo, 8th place, same 2 drivers. 9th place, Haas, both new drivers, Mick Schumacher and the driver whose name I will not mention until I'm talking about we say no to him. 10th, Williams Racing, same 2 drivers. So that's that. So as far as the my predictions for 2021 for constructor standings, for first, second, third, fourth, I have the same as they are this year, with a lot of thought that went into it, but they're still in the same position. 1, I think Mercedes will win again, although one of Formula One's on-staff writer predicted that Red Bull Racing would win the constructors. And boy, would that be terribly exciting. I am so bored. I hate the word bored. I don't like the word bored. I don't know why I used it, but I'm so sick of Hamilton always winning and Mercedes always winning. And I know Ferrari used to have those years, and Red Bull had those years, and Williams, and everybody had those years. But I don't like them. I wouldn't have liked those when that was happening. But this is real sick. It's gone for a long time. So anyway, I have Mercedes. I picked them first. I hope that on-staff writer is correct. I picked Red Bull second, although I think they will go up. I think, who is there? You know, Sergio Perez, I do think, is that it? Red Bull Racing? I can't read all this stuff. Sergio Perez, I do think they will go up and they'll be closer. But and Max hopefully will keep his his foot on the gas. McLaren, I still think they'll be third, but I think they'll go up. You know, they've got the Mercedes engine. I think that will help. And then Daniel Ricardo, I don't know. I think I want to like Daniel Ricardo, and he's fairly well likable, but I think he's anticlimactic. I don't think he doesn't. And then I'm trying to cover teams right now, so I'm sorry I'm talking about drivers a lot, but it's my stream, so I can talk about what I want, and I'm disabled, so I get all over the track. But yeah, he seems anticlimactic. He's changed too many teams. There's been so much hope about the next team, and I hope he shows up. I wish he would show up. Hopefully he'll show up. Fourth place team last year was Racing Point. This year they're Aston Martin, so I'm saying they're fourth. And Aston Martin, who do they have? Aston Martin, I can't read this stuff. Is Lance Stroll, and then Sebastian Vettel. Again, one of that same on-staff Formula One rider said 5 bold predictions. Is he thinks Sebastian Vettel will be the best of the rest. He thinks Sebastian Vettel will place 5th after the two Mercedes and 2 Red Bulls. And that would be unheard of. I think similarly of him of I do of Fernando Alonso. I don't like Alonso, and I hate his attitude. Sebastian I've liked the last few years because he was like, oh golly, I wish he could get back on top again. And you know, the last couple of years, I think he whines a little too much, and he's unable to change or respond to the circumstances. But I hope for him. I want. So I don't think he'll get 5th. I'm picking him for, you know, I'm picking Sebastian for here somewhere. Sebastian Vettel. I picked him for 13th. And that's the way it is that, you know, from 5th to 14th, they're all kind of grouped together. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. So so I think that's 4th, right? I'm going to have to rewrite those. Now, for 5th through 9th, they're all new for me. Sorry I'm going so slow. I don't feel as this is slow, and it's only 8 minutes. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get closer to less. I used to talk for 24 hours or 3 hours or at least an hour. And so I try to shoot for 20, but that's still too long. And hopefully I'll be able to edit and bring everything down to 2 minutes. But anyway, I do what I do. Sorry about that. Oh, and also, thank you. I like to say this initially right away. Thank you very much for watching my stream live. I'm going to figure out how to do the background and the green screen and make it look pretty cool and active and stuff. And also, I'd love to interact with people. I would love to get comments and stuff for the people watching. And also, I'd love to, I really appreciate you people watching it as a recorded video. You know, that's, I guess, where the bread and butter is for YouTube, but I haven't quite figured that out. I've been doing live for 5 or 7 or 9 years, and that's what I'm comfortable with, or what I like to do, you know, whatever I lean toward. So, 5th, I have chosen, 5th, I have chosen Scuderia Ferrari. You know, I think they'll go from 6th to 5th. And I think Charles Leclerc, I think will keep increasing and getting better and better and better and better, hopefully. And then Carlos Sainz, people have high expectations of him, but hopefully he'll do some stuff. So I say they'll be 5th. For 6th, I pick Alfa Tauri. They're going from 7th to 6th. I mean, the big thing about 2021, since there's almost no changes since 2020 because of the pandemic and all the major changes, which are a lot, will be in 2022. But 2021 is just a holdover for 2020. So a lot of people are saying there's going to be, very little changes, So I wouldn't say my moves are bold or anything. I'm just, it's what like the drivers, they upgraded to a better team, or they downgraded to a lower team, or that kind of stuff, or my own opinion about whatever. So anyway, 6th, AlphaTauri. They'll move up from 7th. Now 7th, that's 6, 7. 7th, I say Alpine Formula One team. Now again, this very bold. I think it's the same rider, but this Formula One staff rider on staff picked Alpine Formula One to be the best of the rest. He picked Alpine to be 3rd, and I think that's bold. I think it's very bold because it's a new team. There's always hiccups and stuff with a new team, or titled, whatever this word, rebranded. So even though it's really still Renault and stuff, and I think Alonso is a bust. I think he's always a bust. I think he was in IndyCar. I think he's always a bust. Put him in something, and all he does is complain. And I guess if you are a diva, you're entitled to complain. You've done your time, and you were a superstar. Again, I never really saw his superstardom. I think I was watching Formula One back then, but not really following it or whatever. I don't know when he won, but I don't care when he won. He's a washed up prima donna diva that complains. That's all he does is complain. So hopefully the team can turn those complaining into resources. But yeah, that guy saying 3rd, there's no way they'll do that with Alonso. And I've always liked Ocon, and I've liked him when he, had a fight with Max, and when he was losing his seat, and then he kept his seat. And I forget all the details. It's kind of a blur. And then he lost it, to Racing Point because the other guy saved the job for saved everybody's job or whatever. Oh God. Am I still here? I don't know what happened. The whole thing just faded off my laptop. Sorry about that. I think we're still going. So that's Alpine. And then 8th, I'm from America. I'm from the United States. I follow NASCAR. I have never really liked Tony Stewart. I loved Gene Haas. And when they started Stewart-Haas racing, I didn't like Kevin Harvick, and all of that kind of turned around because of Gene Haas. I loved Gene Haas. I loved what he did. I was like, okay, I'll tolerate Tony Stewart. Okay, I'll tolerate Kevin Harvick. And it's been a while. It's been whatever those years are, 8 years or 10 years, or it's been a while. I've been following him the whole time. And I just love Gene Haas. And I still do love him. I still don't like Tony. I'm starting to appreciate Kevin. And now that he's not winning as much, I'm like, oh, come on, old man, come back into it. Anyway, this isn't about NASCAR. But as far as the newer driver in Formula One that I won't say his name until I'm doing hashtag we say no to Mazepin, that's the only time I'll mention him. I do believe. I make all rules and break a ton of them. But I'm going to probably get to the point of doing that with Haas Formula One. I think they condone Mazepin's behavior, and I think they're as much as guilt. If they don't fire Mazepin, then they ought to be fired. And Gunther's a trip. Everybody loves him because he cusses and he has no filters and he says what's on his mind. And I think I either like him or I knew I was supposed to like him, and whatever. I'm supposed to like him. And I still love Gene Haas. but Gene Haas's name is on that team. And if he does not fire Mazepin, he is guilty. He condones it. He's guilty. I think there's no question about it. And there's no tolerance at all. There's no tolerance. He didn't learn anything. He deleted things. You know, the woman felt like and it's not about the woman, but the woman felt like she needed to say, oh, we're friends. It was no big deal. And then she started posting other things not similar to that. I mean, she certainly has had a privileged life because she's attractive and she gears that energy toward wealthy people. I know that's what she does, and that's okay. I mean, they have the choice to do that. But it's not about her, it's about him. So anyway, that was my huge disclaimer, because I'm saying I'm picking Haas to be 8th. To rise from 9th place. I'm picking him for 8th, and I'm not sure why. I think I don't really know Mick Schumacher. I don't know Michael Schumacher at all. But I like that Mick finally changed his name back to Schumacher so he could, not hide from the name. And, he's up and coming. I feel really badly for Mick Schumacher that he has to enter the sport on the same year, or he has to be a team member and enter the sport on the same year that Nikita Mazepin moved in. So I don't know why I'm saying they're going up. I think it's because I think the other one's going down. But Alfa Romeo, I am predicting to be 9th, going down from 8th. Let's see, Alfa Romeo. I think they have the same two people. Raikkonen. I love him. And I can't read who the other person is. Giovinazzi, I think. I like those two. I don't know why I voted them down. So that's weird. I'm going to actively start hating Haas, and specifically Mazepin, but also, again, at this point in time, equally Gunther and equally Gene Haas. And I spread it all over. I think FIA is just as guilty. I think Formula One is just as guilty. I think Liberty Media is just as guilty. If someone doesn't step in and reverse that situation, they're just as guilty. So I think they're all guilty. Am I extreme? Am I OCD? Oh, well, such is life. And in 10th place is Williams. And I know there's a couple articles of what 5 new different things Williams is doing. And, I feel for Claire. I always thought Claire was so cute. And I think most women are cute. That's one of my weaknesses. But I always thought Claire was so cute. And I was like, and I've been involved with Formula One, I don't know, maybe 10 years and maybe 8 years knowing what I'm talking about, maybe 6 years really connected or something like that. So I've never seen Williams any good. But I think they're 10th. And, they're a new owner and, So anyway, that's my 10. Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, Aston Martin are the same 4 as 2020. And then I switched it. Ferrari goes from 6th to 5th. AlphaTauri goes 7th to 6th. Alpine goes down 2 from 5th to 7th. Haas goes up 1, 9th to 8th. Alfa Romeo goes down 1, 8th to 9th. And Williams stays at 10th. So top 4 and the bottom 1 are all the same, and the middle 5 switch around. So anyway, I'm sure there's going to be a little shaking up about that. But that's what I got. And I will, I'll do other things. I'll do the drivers, and then I'll probably do Mazepin and something else, probably all before testing. I hope to find that testing live streamed somewhere. I know Sky Sports, they blocked me or whatever. And, I can't get their streams because I need a VPN or whatever that stuff is, which I haven't done, and I doubt if I am going to do, and I want it to be legally, morally available. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Let me know what you think. Send comments, what your ideas are. Do you have any major changes? Wouldn't that be cool if Red Bull could win the championship? Go Formula One. And that'd be cool. Sebastian Vettel could be 3rd, but that's talking about drivers. And then what was the other thing you said? That Alpine will be number 3 team. So anyway, that's 2 different things. Vettel and Alpine. So it's kind of weird that they're both high. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care.